Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here, and welcome back to another episode of ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. This is Hardcore TV. Don't know why I'm so quiet right now. I don't really know. This is week 3, the go-home show for Barely Legal. Yeah, that's exciting, isn't it? I think it's exciting. I hope you think it's exciting. Don't know why I couldn't say that. I'm an idiot. This is, of course, being held in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Where else would we be? Let's be honest. Let's just get into the show. So we're going to open things up with Tazz in the ring. And he calls out Just Incredible and Mike Awesome. And those two come down and he says, I think you two need to pick on somebody your own size. And Awesome walks up to Tazz and looks down at Tazz. And, Tazz is like, I think 5 foot something. And Mike Awesome is like 7 feet tall. And Awesome says, buddy, there ain't nobody on this roster that is remotely close to my size. If I wanted to pick on somebody my own size, I just couldn't do it. And then Tazz looks back at him and says, I'm your size. Actually, fighting me, you're boxing above your weight. Awesome's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Are you serious? This little motherfucker challenging me right now? And Just Incredible's in the back like, oh shit. I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh dear God. And Tazz says, right now if I wanted to, I could put you in a Tazz mission, or snap your leg, or toss you over me, or anything else I wanted. And Awesome says, I'd like to see you try. Tazz says, you'll get the opportunity. Next week, I'm laying down a challenge right now. Me and that kid you beat up next week, Mikey, yeah, we're gonna kick your ass. My dogs are barking. Not Tazz's dogs, my dogs. I want both of you to take on the two of us at the Barely Legal television special next week in a tag team match. What do you say? And then Awesome looks over at Credible. Credible looks back at Awesome. Credible stares down Tazz and he says, you just made the biggest mistake of your life, little man. You thought the size difference before was a problem? I've got Mike Awesome. And he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. No, he doesn't say that. He says something to the degree of that, though. You get the idea. So, yeah, we have another match set up for next week's show. Next week's Barely Legal television special. Tazz and Mikey Whipwreck versus Just Incredible and Mike Awesome. The television champion and his number 1 contender taking on some dudes with attitude problems. That worked. 47D, Chris Candido gets back to his winning ways. He beats John Kronus in about 6:28 by pinfall with a blonde bombshell. Pretty good stuff overall. Kronus did actually improve in a lot of stuff. But Kronus, he's having a competitive match, but then starts to he plays the crowd too much. And Candido's no gimmick needed attitude allows him to pick up the victory. He's all business, brother. I didn't click the thing. We see the FBI, and they're, like, dressed up in suits and stuff like that, and they look like the fucking mafia. And Guido says, Bubba, Devon, you stuck your nose where it doesn't belong. You stuck your nose back in our business after we already snapped it off. So here's the deal. You come to us. You come to us. Whenever, wherever. I think next week isn't going to work. I might bump them back a week. If that's okay with you guys, I might just do that. I might just retcon the stuff and bump it back a week because we already have 3 matches for the Barely Legal television special, and I only have 60 minutes. I have to fit in, what do I have to fit in? Lynn, Storm, Balls, Bam Bam, and then the tag that we just announced. So I'm going to push the tag titles back a week, if that's okay with you guys. So in 2 weeks' time, you're going to come to us. You're going to bring everything that you've got. You're going to bring the best shot you got, and we're going to take it out. Because you see, the FBI, last week was a bit of an eye-opening moment for us. You see, Dudleys, you ran us out of town, and we had to look at ourselves for a minute. We had to look ourselves in the mirror and admit that we ran away. We were scared. Not anymore. Not anymore. You see what happens when the Italians join together. You see what happens when Italians unite under their own blood. Rome happens. And Rome wasn't built in a day, no. But we're gonna damn well try. 2 weeks' time, Dudley Boyz. Us, you. These belts on the line. I'm gonna be walking out with them. Just like we always have. And that's your segment. Yeah, so the FBI kind of taking a different approach. I just kind of thought of this to break character from it. I thought of this when I was writing it last night, and I was like, I forget what, like Scarface, what? Scarface flashed through my head. Because I think Guido looks a little bit like him. Not really, but a little bit. Enough to where I saw it, and it... Yes, thank you. I saw it, and it kind of clicked in my head, and I was like, what if I took more of like a mafia approach with these guys, and then I could kind of work with how I wanted there? Because something I'm having trouble with really with the FBI is thinking of ideas for them, because they're kind of just Italian dudes, unless you want to gimmick them to some degree. Of course, with Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich not being Italian at all, it's pretty cool. But yeah, moving forward, we have Balls Mahoney. And he's backstage, and he's asked by a cameraman, Balls, what were your intentions with challenging Bam Bam last week? And Balls says, well, I don't think Bam Bam's head is in the right place. I think I addressed that last week, but if I didn't, let me address it now. I think Bam Bam is rushing back to a point to where he thinks he's ready to compete again at that high level. He's not. Nobody can be. Not that fast, all right? I'm a guy who kind of can see this place. I can kind of see the forest for the trees. Bam Bam isn't ready to go back to that main event yet. Not yet. I know he's motivated. I know he's ready. And when Bam Bam Bigelow's motivated, nobody wants to step in his way. But I have to. I have to show him that he's not ready yet. And if he beats me and proves me wrong, maybe he is ready. But just between you and me, he's not ready. We move into a triple threat type dealio. Decent wrestling, not much heat. Spike Dudley defeats Darren Drozdov and New Jack in 534 when Spike defeated Darren Drozdov by pinfall, not submission, with an acid drop. I think I'm getting sick. My nose is really plugged up right now. That's why I'm kind of like not as animated as usual. Oh, it's not good. It's not good, guys. Overall, another good win for Spike. We're getting him to that level. We're getting him to that level that we need to get him to, where he can become an integral part of the show. And kind of now I'm just waiting for an opening to where I can put him into a story. Or I might, I don't know. I'm not like totally like sure what I want to do with Spike, to be honest, because he doesn't have much of a character right now. He's just kind of this like little underdog guy. I might keep him like that. Might change it up a bit. I'm not sure. He'll still be a face. Don't worry. I'm not doing the fucking like boss gimmick or whatever. The bully of Dudleyville. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll work something out with Spike. Don't worry. Don't worry. Backstage, there's Tazz, and then Whipwreck comes up to him, and he's like, "The fuck, man?" Tazz is like, "Hey, Mikey, how's it going?" And he says, "I don't need you watching my back. I don't need you going out there and challenging other dudes for me. I could have taken both of them." Tazz looks at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And the camera slowly pans out, and Mikey Whipwreck has a sling around one arm, and he says, "Mikey, look at you, alright? You're not in the position to do this alone, okay? We're gonna get rid of them, and then me and you can happen, alright? Whipwreck looks around, and he thinks about it, and he says, fine. We'll get them off our backs, and it's back to me and you. Tazz is like, good, glad you agree. Now let's go make up a game plan. And I need you to get healed up. Mikey says, don't worry about me. I'll be ready. The Sandman cuts a promo before his main event matchup against Steven Regal, Lord Steven Regal's ECW in-ring debut. And he's got his cane. He's up in the rafters. Not the rafters. He's up in like the, I don't know what to call it, the Stadler and Waldorf used to hang out there. Balcony. Thank you. Brain. Good job. Much love. And he's got his cane. He looks at the camera and he says, no, he doesn't say, Hold on. I'm trying to think about how I want this to go. I didn't write these promos, if you can't tell. And also, I'm kind of like out of it right now with my illness. It's not great. He points the cane at the camera and he says, this right here, this is going off that blue blood's head. He thinks he's better than all of us. All of us. Even his buddy Van Damme. I don't know how Rob can't see that. I know Rob. He's a pretty intelligent guy. I think he knows what he's talking about. But, every once in a while, even the brightest people get the wool pulled over their eyes. So if he shows up, and he's fiddling around with the cane, maybe I should knock some sense into him as well. He looks up at the camera, Enter Sandman hits, and he just says, showtime. And the Sandman makes his way down to the ring, through the barricade, through the balcony, down through the crowd, through the arena, finally into the ring. And it's time for your main event of the evening. 67C plus, very good stuff. Steven Regal defeated the Sandman in 1823 by submission with a Regal stretch after interference from Rob Van Dam. This match, Regal doesn't use any weapons, like he promised. And he keeps working Sandman down. And this is a real, key kind of component I think you see about ECW. It's the guys who use the weapons are typically pretty outclassed by the guys who don't. Unless they are really skilled with weapons, and the other guy isn't very skilled with technical stuff. In this case, when you have a skilled weapons guy, I guess, when you have a skilled brawler taking on a skilled technician, I think the technician's going to win. And proof is kind of in the pudding here, but Regal needs Van Dam, okay? He needs Van Dam to come out. He distracts Sandman, and he allows Regal to take advantage, take control of the match, and finally get that victory. But there's this overarching sense of, Regal could have won this on his own, I think. But the Sandman, every once in a while, does something unpredictable, and that's what scares Regal. Regal isn't sure about the crazy guys like the Sandman. What's another example? Crazy guy, Spike, for example. Hey. Balls, maybe. Those guys who are crazy, unpredictable. New Jack, the psychopaths. Those guys freak Regal out. It's out of his element. He's not cool with them. So the confidence of Regal starts to get shaken throughout the match. He starts to play his game less and starts to cater towards the Sandman's game. And Sandman starts to build momentum and starts to get the ball moving and starts to get in some hits with that cane. And Regal is in a lot of pain. Sandman just keeps unloading on him. Van Dam comes out, provides the distraction. Regal plex, Regal stretch, and the Sandman taps out. And to end out our show with a 64C post-main event, Regal and Rob Van Dam are in the ring, and Sandman's kind of sitting there, feeling his neck. And then Van Dam goes up to the top rope, hits a 5-star frog splash on on Sandman, lifts up the Sandman, and Regal goes outside the ring and fiddles with something, and I think he's looking for a weapon, rolls back in the ring, and he's got on some brass knucks, and Van Damme throws Sandman at Regal, and bam! Regal hammers Sandman straight across the face. And then as he gets hit and he is stunned out on his feet, and turns around into a massive, I believe it's a Van Daminator. I think that's is that just the kick? The spin kick thing from Rob Van Dam. I think you'll know what I mean when I say that. And they lay out the Sandman, and Sandman's busted open, bleeding all over the place. And the New Era are as dangerous as ever. So this New Era, kind of unpredictable, kind of weird, kind of strange, kind of crazy, but like, don't they kind of make sense a little bit? Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that they're a little bit weird in what they preach versus what they practice. You know what I mean? They're like, oh man, we don't like that hardcore shit, but Regal just used brass knucks. Like, what the hell is that, right? So yeah, what did we get? We got oh no, right, it hasn't aired yet. If you guys want to see typically what I'm drawing for shows, I get about around a 0.2, if you can see it there. Oh, here, hold on, a 0.2 typically for all my shows. The only shows that didn't get a 0.2 were the early ones in 97. These ones, I think all the 97 ones have 0.1, and then after Holiday Hell, it's all 0.2. Hold on. Okay, 0.2, 0.22. That's a 1 right there. Why is that a 1? That's weird. I don't know why that's a 1, to be honest. That's just kind of weird. There's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, yeah, so you can see how that works out. What's our emails? Darren draws a booking complaint. Shut the fuck up, Draws, okay? You're here to just job. Like, you're not here to do anything, okay? Thank you. But yeah, overall, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see the things that happen in between these 6 days, between Hardcore TV to Hardcore... No, not to Hardcore TV to Hardcore TV. Hardcore TV to the Barely Legal Television Special, brother. You can follow my Twitter. You can go to my channel. You can go to the little banner at the top. You see the little Twitter bird icon there? Yeah, you can click that. You can go to my Twitter and you can sub to it. You can follow it. I tweet general wrestling things, some basketball stuff if you're into that, and I also tweet out the things that I think are really cool, like cards, certain events that happen. But yeah, overall, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the Silly Talk. Signing out.